Hi, welcome back, or if it's the first time, just welcome in general. I am finally getting around to recording some footage that I had from the weekend. My wife had a friend that wanted to go visit a place that I have spent a lot of time in terms of miles throughout the years, and it got me kind of reflecting on my own journey as far as fitness in the past year or so. I may go through some of those things a little bit later, but we spent the day at the Vicksburg National Military Park, and it's just a really interesting place. One of the few national parks that you can actually have a race in, and I did really well in it. The 5K is actually a racewalk race, and the first year that I ever did it, I actually got first place in my age group, so woohoo. Went back the next year, taught my sons into doing the 1 miler, and I went ahead and did the 5K race walk again because I thought I did pretty good. And so the boys got a medal for theirs, and I got another first in my age group. And it was at that point that I saw that I was doing pretty good. That was in 2016. I was getting faster, and in 2017 I actually won the Masters division. Then after 2017, my weight loss and fitness journey sort of took a downward turn, and I started gaining a lot of the weight back. A lot of things in there, but we'll just suffice to say that, but I kept moving fast and ended up getting the Masters division again in 2018. And then finally, the last year that I ran it was in 2019, before the pandemic and everything, and got Masters one more time for the Run Thru History. So Vicksburg National Park has been a special place as far as my fitness journey, and I'll have some video of just little things from our driving tour that we did on that particular day. The entire park has about 14 to 16 miles worth of trails, roads that you can go down and through, and so it's a very interesting place. And I'll just let the video kind of speak for itself of some of the sights that you can see. Not the world's best videographer, but I tried to catch some of the big things. There was one point you'll see later where the road that typically takes you to the gunboat that they salvaged, that general route that you normally take to get there was closed off. I guess they were doing some work on the roads, and so we had to go through an alternate route, and it ended up cutting our trip short because that entrance cuts through the outer edge of the park, and you exit the park briefly before you get back into going in towards the park. So whenever we got done with the Cairo Museum, as we're coming back, they had closed our entrance back into the park. So we ended up cutting it short. Maybe on another day I can actually show you a little bit of me actually walking or running some of those roads and such. But anyway, at this point I just want to go through some of the things. Like I said, I've run Vicksburg quite a few times, a race that's near and dear to my heart, and just to show you how this correlates with my fitness journey, back in 2013. I don't have an exact number on it, but there's a photo you can kind of see that's just an estimate. All of these photos were taken right before a local race that we have in my hometown that's usually called the Grin and Bear It. Of course, they didn't have it last year with pandemic, but we'll see if they have it this year again. But since I had taken photos before each one, they became kind of a timeline of the journey. So 2014 was the year before I actually decided to get serious, start walking, putting in the mileage, and just seeing what I could do as far as this fitness thing. And so then by 2015, I had actually, by that time the next year, I had actually lost nearly 100 pounds. Went back up a little bit and kind of stayed in the 230 to 240 range for the next the next year or so. And then at the beginning of 2017, I tried going whole foods plant-based and to try and crank down the rest of the way, and I got down to at my lowest I was around I think the lowest weight that I ever weighed was like 203.8 officially on my trend chart, because that was after a race and I had lost a good bit of sweat losses and such. The trend says that I was at about 210 at the time, but anyway, I had a disappointing go with that race. Kind of got depressed and down about it because that was about as good or as fit as I had ever felt like I had been up to that point. And so I started slowly sliding back. And so from 2017, mid 2017, the next time I did the Grin and Bear It, I was back up into the 240s. A year later, I had moved from the 240s to the 275. Then, we've gotten to 2019, was just before the pandemic started, and I was still in about the 270, 280 range. I was in that same range at the end of 2019 going into 2020, and there's a photo with me and my wife where I had just completed the Snowdrop Ultra 55 hour 100 miles, and so I was running somewhere around 280s at that point. And over the pandemic and all of that time, I've gotten up to where I'm just about where I was in 2014 again. So at the beginning of April, I decided to start Noom, and I'll just show you a little bit of what my chart or graph of my experience thus far has been with Noom. So as you can see, it's gone pretty good so far. I mean, it's been a slow go, but hopefully that means it will end up being more sustainable on the end, but we never can tell. So other than that, don't think I have too much else to share on this one. I have one other video that I'm going to be working on putting together soon that's just showing one of my nearby routes that I did on Sunday to finish getting in some steps for the day. Right now I'm just trying to get those step counts up on a regular basis, and so that's pretty much what I've got going on right now, and I appreciate you being a part. If you are really find some of this interesting, or some things you would like to hear about further, feel free to comment. Make sure you subscribe, get notifications when I put new content. I'm gonna shoot for at least once a week. Sometimes if I'm feeling really good about it, maybe we'll get about 3 a week in there, but just let me know if you'd like to see some stuff more often. If you'd like other topics that you would be more interested in, feel free to let me know. Till next time.